Hi, this is Greg McCoy with Remax Unlimited Real Estate in Peoria, Illinois. I'm here with today's real estate buying tip, and I want to talk about foreclosures for a few minutes. Foreclosures are a big topic these days. As we all know, there's lots of them out there, lots of them probably on the way to us that we haven't seen yet. And there's a big perception out there in the marketplace that a foreclosure is a screaming deal. Like you can buy a $100,000 house for $50,000, and I'm here to tell you that that's not necessarily true. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I'm going to be talking about some of these reasons over the next couple weeks. But today I want to talk about pricing. And that's one reason that foreclosures aren't that good of a deal. Let's talk about, for example, how a typical foreclosure happens. For example, you have somebody that bought a house 3-4 years ago for $100,000. And they purchased it with a 30-year mortgage with 95, 97%, perhaps even 100% financing. Now what that means is they borrowed almost all of the money to buy this house. So they owe almost $100,000 on it. So okay, they own this house for 2 or 3 years, and then unfortunately they lose their job, then they lose the house, the bank takes it back in foreclosure, and then puts it back on the market. Now, how much money is owed on that house? Well, as we know, in the first couple years of a 30-year mortgage, you pay almost nothing towards the principal. So they still owe almost $100,000. And in the foreclosure process, the bank incurs legal fees, administrative fees, and so forth. So when you add all that in, the bank is probably owed $115,000, $120,000. Now, if you think about it, what's the chances that they're going to sell you a house that they're into for $120,000 for $50,000? It's probably not going to happen. Now you might say, but Greg, banks are not in the business of owning real estate, so they just want to get rid of it. Well, it's true that banks are not in the business of owning real estate, but it's also true that banks are not in the business of giving away money. And if they sell you a house that's truly worth, on the market today, $100,000 for $50,000, it's like they're writing you a check for $50,000. Now you can say anything you want about bankers, but bankers are not stupid, and they're not going to do that. Bankers are like anybody else that sells a house. You put a house on the market, and you'd like to get market value or close if you can. And that's what they're going to try to do. So the chances that you're going to get a house that's worth $100,000 for $50,000 just is very, very small. You might get that house for $50,000, but in reality, it's only worth $50,000 at that time. So you're just not going to get that good of a deal with foreclosures. So that's one reason foreclosures are not a particularly good deal. Another reason is the condition of the house when you buy it. We'll talk about that on the next video, hopefully next week. So until next week, this is Greg McCoy with Remax. I hope to see you next week. Thanks.